I, 29 male, just got back from a therapy session that basically blew my entire life apart, and honestly, I've never felt better. I've been with my fiancé, 28 female, for 6 years. We were supposed to get married in 3 weeks. Everything was perfect: the high-rise condo, the career tracks, and a wedding that her old money parents were dropping $250,000 on. Lately, she's been acting like a ghost. Cold, distant, and always at the office. When I suggested couples therapy as a last-ditch effort, she agreed with this weird, blank look. We sit down in this fancy office, and the therapist asks why we're there. I go on this whole heartfelt speech about commitment and working through the wedding stress. Then it's her turn. She doesn't even look at me. She just sighs and tells the therapist, "I haven't loved him since 2022. I'm only here because my parents already paid the non-refundable deposits. It's $250,000, and my mom would kill me if I wasted it. I'm just trying to get through the ceremony so the money isn't lost." The therapist's jaw actually dropped. I felt this icy calm hit me. I wasn't a partner. I was a prop in a $250,000 theater production. I stood up, pulled out my phone, and put her mom on speakerphone right there. I told her the wedding was off because her daughter just admitted she was using me as a placeholder for a check. I told her I'd reimburse every penny of the deposits just to be done with them. Her mom started screeching about the shame, but I hung up. My fiancé looked at me with this greedy sparkle in her eyes, asking if I'd really pay them back. I didn't say a word. I just walked out. I went straight to my brother, who's a contract lawyer. I told him I needed an audit of everything. See, the reimbursement offer was a tactical move to keep them quiet while I dug for the truth. And man, the truth was ugly. I found out my fiancé had taken $80,000 of my year-end bonus, money meant for a house down payment, and gifted it to her dad to buy a vacation property in her name. When I got back to the condo to kick her out, she was sipping wine like she'd won the lottery. She told me she wasn't leaving because her name was on the deed too. Then she dropped the real bomb. She'd been seeing a local bartender, for months, and he was moving in once I left. She actually thought I'd keep paying the mortgage while she played house with some guy named Jason. While I was tossing her suitcases, I found a sonogram hidden under the bed. It was dated from a week I was in London on business. I didn't blow up. I just took a photo and sent it to my brother. I'd had a secret vasectomy 3 years ago because I wanted to be 100% sure about our future before having kids. She didn't know. She was trying to pin a pregnancy on me to secure a lifestyle before the wedding. The next morning, we met at my lawyer's office. Her parents were there with their family attorney, looking smug. They handed me an agreement saying I'd pay the $250,000 in installments and give her half the condo's equity. I just smiled and slid a tablet across the table. First, photos of her at a dive bar the night before, celebrating her win with the bartender and my expensive champagne. Then, the medical affidavit of my vasectomy. The room went dead silent. Her mom turned purple. I told them the new deal. I wasn't paying a cent for the wedding. In fact, they had 60 minutes to wire back my $80,000 bonus money, or I was sending a very detailed tip to the IRS about the shell company her dad used to hide that vacation home from a pending audit. My brother already had the email drafted. The father scrambled to his feet to call his accountants. My fiancé started screaming that I was a monster for leaving a pregnant woman on the street. I told her I wasn't leaving a pregnant woman. I was leaving a stranger who tried to fraud me into raising another man's kid. The wire transfer hit my account 40 minutes later. I headed back to the condo with 2 cops for a civil standby. She was trying to load my furniture into a rusted-out sedan driven by the creative guy. The cops blocked her, and I showed them the voluntary move-out agreement she'd signed at the lawyer's office to avoid embezzlement charges. She lost the condo. She lost the old money, reputation, and her parents lost $250,000 on a wedding that never happened because the venue wouldn't refund the short-notice cancellation. I heard her dad had to sell the vacation house anyway to cover the legal fees from the IRS audit that happened anyway. Turns out, reporting tax fraud is just good citizenship. I'm currently writing this from a beach in Mexico. I lost 6 years, but I saved my soul and a whole lot of money. If you think this story had a better ending than her wedding, hit that subscribe button. I promise my content is a lot more loyal than my ex was.